Well, folks, it's another day, Monday, September 22nd, and it's another day that looks like we're going to see an upside, let's call it laser show in the gold stock sector. But we'll see. Pre-market can be, a head fake as well. This chart of HUI ends as of Friday, ticked a new high. Let's just go back and check out the situation from a big picture. There's 0.5. It looks more and more likely that whenever 0.5 is put in, it would be at new highs. But I just keep the 5 just above the point where the index is at any given time. This is a bull market. Captain Obvious just told you that. But it's a bull market following real fundamentals. We go over those every week in NFTRH reports, and I'm not going to do that here. I'm just going to be a chart robot here and talk about the charts. But it's important to know that when the next correction comes, and it's going to come, probably from all-time highs as it looks now, when it does come, it's going to be a real test of wills, and people who would have taken profits should have taken some profits. Traders would be taking profits, buying back, doing whatever they do, the day traders. Investors have to be aware that profits are legal. You never went broke taking one. But at the same time, this is a bull market for the right reasons, and I believe the sector is launching into that view. Other charts like HUI versus the stock market and HUI versus gold are also making really good progress. Those are sort of internal indications to go along with the real macro fundamental indications. Enough of that. That's HUI. As far as the stocks I have here, I would note that, for example, where is one of these little fellers? As an example, I took a full profit on KGC. It had just gone vertical. It's a large miner. I wanted to get the feel of some profits. I also took half of my profit on AEM, for example, full profit on AGI. But I wanted to shimmy down the chain a little bit to the smaller situations. Those I think could have more upside than the big miners that everybody knows. So this pretty much represents my main miners and a couple exploration situations in here. And this guy here, nickel player, Talon Metals. But for the most part, it's gold mining, just a little further down the curve. And none of this, I'll start out saying, is a recommended buy at this point, not at this blow-off stage of a bull market. Or let me rephrase that. The blow-off will turn into a blow-off at some point. This thing is going to blow off and blow out, but it is a launch, in my opinion, into a new macro phase and an ongoing bull market that could have much, much higher to go eventually. So let's just start. Let's start in alphabetical order. Surprise me with the charts. I'm not sure what charts are filled in and what are not. But Abra Silver, for example, was bought because it's one I had sold way too soon and missed more upside on. And this is one that I decided to bring back when KGC was sold. So you sell the guy going vertical, buy the guy you wanted all along on a pullback. And for me, this pullback to a higher low to this point was sufficient. That said, it hasn't proven anything. It's still in pullback mode. That's the trend from the high. Abra Silver, from all inputs I get from people who really study the mining space, is a really good prospect as far as silver stocks go. AEM, we all know it's a fantastic gold stock. It's been leading this rally. It looks to be up again this morning in pre-market. What more can I say about it? I think it was before Friday's renewed upside, I took profit somewhere in here. Got to take some profit and then reseed in other situations. And the situations I have liked are the Me Too plays, like B2 Gold, which has had snags operationally or internally with the Mali government, and a couple of operational hitches as well. It's a global miner. The reason I'm interested in it is the development up in Canada. So I have it on good fundamental research, not my own, mind you, that this play is turning around. It's a relative value, and I think it's all known. The situation in Mali is now a known situation. It's not the great unknown of a government still planning to impair the company's operations and tax them to death. So nothing is ever a given politically in my book, but I think that BTG, B2 Gold, is set to play some catch up. And coming out of that breakout, you know, if all goes well, this thing's looking for new highs. I'm holding on to it. Dakota Gold, you may remember the old diamond that it broke upward from. I don't know when I originally bought it. I originally bought it probably down here, and I added some on the breakout. And I think I might have even added more on either this reversal back downward or this pullback. Regardless, it's bullish, volatile, bullish. It's a company that is led by Robert Quartermain, he of SSRI, and what was the situation? Was it Pretium? He's an experienced operator, so it gives me some confidence. The Dakota location, South Dakota is it, gives me some confidence. Now find some good gold in there and dig it up eventually. Holding it. Smaller situation, a little more speculative. Elemental Altus was one I held, but it was a gold and silver royalty, and then it merged with one that I had let get away, EMX royalties. And the thing I am a little hesitant about is that EMX is very diversified across many different commodities. It's not a precious metals holder, royalty holder, at least not exclusively, not nearly exclusively. But I decided to hold this and have that as a diversification in there. The chart itself, very nice consolidation, upside on the merger. Let's rethink that, retest the 50-day average, and hopefully off you go. It's set up to go higher anyway. This is a very nice uptrend. EQX is one that's doing what I would like B2 Gold to do, which is to continue bullish after material news of its turnaround. In a previous update, I had noted that I bought down here as it nested on the moving averages, and I'm still holding those shares because I think that in a situation like this, vertical though it's going, it's a company that is just starting to gain the traction of its turnaround. Those are the kind of situations I want. Smaller miners pretty much getting their shit together and figuring it out. So this move was valid. It's not like it's just happening because there's speculative froth in the sector. This was a very real operational improvement, and the stock is reflecting that. We've already done HUI just for that big picture view. KNT is another one I bought back. I had taken profits on it a couple times previously, bought it back on its pullback while selling something or other that had been going Skylab vertical. So as you can see, this would be the support area here, coinciding with the 50-day average. I like that confluence. This is lateral support, touch point, touch point, touch point, touch point. Looking good. I don't know what all that volume is there, but steady as she goes. I'm holding it. Now we get into what I call the basket cases. Metallic Minerals is a multi-mineral exploration company. It's got the sponsorship by way of investment of a large miner, which is something that's going to be a theme with me. I think in this case it's Newmont. You want to see a large miner taking interest. It validates or legitimizes an exploration situation, which is, of course, by its very nature, risky. And so this is risky. But I do like this right here. If you hear banging in the background, there is construction going on out in the street. Let's not get distracted by it. So, let's imagine a shoulder, and a head. Either way, this thing has, is certainly not stretched by any means. Boing. And I think it's got good prospects. I have it on good authority that this company is doing everything it can to be set up as one of those situations that is more than just a lottery ticket. And again, the Newmont investment is key there as well. Multi-metallic play, breaking out, I'll take it. Let's skip down to PGE, which is its brother. It shares some same management, whether on the board or as CEO. They are kind of amigos as far as companies go, and also multi-metallic, Stillwater Critical Minerals. And I believe it includes PGMs, Platinum Group Metals, and several others. Exploration play, is it Glencore, who is the sponsor? I believe so. That's a large mining company taking interest through investment. This one, let's talk about this. Yeah, so I had come to it after it had broken out of this base here. So I came to it pretty early after the breakout of the base, and then endured a lot of slop and base testing and ups and downs over the 50-day average, and then boom, up, down, up. And, who knows how far it'll go. A lot will be determined by the sector, the TSXV index, venture exchange, the gold sector, the silver-gold ratio, and some of the indications for the commodity commodity resources areas. But as you look, it's really just getting going. Overbought on the daily, big deal. I'm holding it. let's see where these go. I'm holding a basket of this stuff. And so MMG, PGE, TLO, those are not representative of the full basket. They're just the ones I plucked out of there that I feel the best about. Okay, so where was I? New gold, I'm still holding it. I think I trimmed a little, which is only good practice in order to reseed elsewhere, possibly into adding more B2 gold or something like that. What are you going to do? This was a turnaround play when originally bought. Now it's just going Skylab up there, seeking its value. I think Rainy River must be operating well, and as you can see, there's a long way to go to ever get back to anything, any stellar heights of the previous bull market. But I'm holding it because these are the type companies that seem to have more potential upside operationally as well as, just technically than the large lumbering miners who will at some point be looking to acquire some of these smaller miners. Not that this is a small operation. I believe it's a fully intermediate sized miner, but you get my drift. Newmont is Newmont, Barrick is Barrick, and they will be needing new resources. And that's again why I hold basket items like MMG, PGE. There are other drillers that are more specific to gold and silver, that are of interest as well. To me, the demand will have to come from somewhere, or the demand will have to be satisfied from somewhere for precious metals like gold and silver that just keep going up, and going up for the reason of new macro, new rules, new supply-demand pressures. Moving on, OGN was one I held for a long time, and then it was bought out. And being Monday morning, I can't remember who bought them out. And that's not anything I need to remember right now. I'll just have another cup of coffee and then figure it out later. This is the SpinCo, the spin-off company that remains. And so I got free shares of it as part of the deal, and have added plenty more down around here, and then it popped. Good job, OGN. Quality, royalty, situation, per somebody I have a high level of confidence in when he whispers in my ear, fundamentally. Rio 2 is another one I took some profit on, but when I saw it wallowing here at a higher low, probably just under the 50-day average, I said, just buy some. You've taken some profit on AEM, AGI, KGC. You don't want to be too short, too short of positions, too light, I should say. So buy back those shares, build the position back up. So far, it did the right thing. It's holding support. Rio.V. Triple flag, precious metals, royalty, quality royalty situation, gold and silver. I haven't sold any of this, bought the flag, so I certainly didn't find it early enough. But I bought a nice bull flag here, up, down, up, mushing around, holding. And talk about a flag. I'm not going to add this because I'm trying to keep my my basket situations in balance, and this thing is up something like 300 and something percent after I wallowed for many months at like a 30 to 40% loss on paper. So I'm just going to let it ride. I don't look at it. I don't worry about it. They're drilling, and they are drilling successfully, excuse me, and trying to expand the resource up there in Minnesota. So that's not bad. And I guess we're going to clip it here before I talk you to death and before the market opens in 2 minutes. So I've got to get to work. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.